What is up, everyone? It's the Atomic Goddess here doing a happy birthday, Virgo collective reading. I am so excited to be here and thank you for visiting my channel. So we're in the Virgo season right now, and Virgo season lasts until the 22nd of September. But above and beyond that, Virgo is run by Mercury, and we are in a Mercury retrograde, actually just finishing it up as I film this right now. We're in August 26th, and Mercury retrograde is over the 27th. So there's a lot of Virgo energy that's been around us all. Every single sign around the whole universe throughout this past month. So I'm going to be doing a reading in your honor, a collective reading for us Virgos, because I'm a Virgo too, to lead some direction into where we're going into the rest of the year, as well as what we learned from this Mercury retrograde, because Virgos and Geminis, because Mercury is ruled by Gemini is ruled by Mercury, excuse me, as well. So then Gemini is all about the twins, real mental sort of energy. But yeah, we've all been through it, and it's just kind of like getting out, what did we learn, because it really hits us hard, those that are ruled by Mercury. So what have we learned from this within, and what do we take to use that and utilize that knowledge and our lessons that we've learned to move forward through into the next year, or into the progression until the end of the year. So again, I'm an Atomic Goddess. Before I begin this general, like and subscribe. I appreciate you guys being here. So, give me some comments, give me the feedback, but like and subscribe so that I can keep doing more videos for everyone here. I am the Atomic Goddess, but it is just not me that is Atomic Goddess. You are atomic. We all are atomic, because the way that we think and the way that we feel creates the environment around us. So it's important and pivotal to manage the way that we think and the way that we feel, and take self-accountability and responsibility for this life. Remember, we are not survivors. We are thrivers. We are living literally the power, the energy that we have in our brain. Look this up. It is equivalent to an atomic bomb. You're atomic. We all are atomic. So let's begin this general. Again, this is for the Virgos, what we learned through the Mercury retrograde about ourselves, and how the rest of the year is going to turn out according to what we learn and where we're at. I'm going to go ahead and start with numerology and see what the number that we have coming on here that roots what this reading is about. Okay, so 5, 6, 7, 8. We have a number 8. I want to add more to that. 8 and 8 is 16, because here's another 8 right over here. 16, 6 and 1 is 7. Let's keep it going. 7, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 plus 7 is 18. 11 plus 1 is 7, 18. Then 8 plus 1 is 9. I'm going to leave it at 9. Great. So, Virgos all right over here. If we're looking at the Fool's Journey, okay, Fool out of all the tarot, right over here. 1 is the beginning, 10 is the completion. 9 is that sweet point. You have done the hardest of the hardest work. I love the number 9 sort of energy, because it's like, it's that comfortable time before the ultimate completion, because you have to remember, when you hit the 10, just as above as below, the wheel keeps going around. After you hit the 10, which is ultimate completion, you begin all again at 1. So almost like that 10 is kind of being like, okay, well, this is your last rest, because we're going to get back up and get back to work on a whole new chapter, on a whole new story. So that 9 energy is real sweet, because you're just realizing that all of the struggles you've been through, all of those ups, all of those downs, all of the challenges that you learned within yourself, which is so interesting, because this reading is about what have we learned through, what have we learned about ourselves throughout this Mercury retrograde, but really, like, what have we learned about ourselves throughout this past year, the first half of the year, what we learned about ourselves, what are we taking to move forward to complete the rest of the year, because we're kind of like on a halfway point right now, a little bit more, but about the halfway point. So 9 is that time to look back and reflect. It's okay now to go, what the fuck just happened? You know what I'm saying? Like, There's been those ups and those downs. It all depends on how you handle it. It all depends on what you perceive it to be. It all depends on how you react to it. So, have you been managing yourself all right? Well, it kind of looks like that since we're on the number 9, which is close to the completion right over here. So we're starting with the number 9, and that's interesting. I love that energy. Let's keep it going. Let's keep moving forward. Virgo energy, Virgo energy. Let's see what we have for the Virgo energy. There's something that wants to come out. All right, so we have the Hangman. There was a lot that you learned about yourself. We have another card right over here, the 3 of Pentacles, which is great because Pentacles is run by the tangible. That is all about Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus, of course. But let's put this one down for a minute because the one that popped out to me first is the Hangman. This is all about inner growth. This is about learning how to be comfortable with the uncomfortable. What were we just talking about? So Mercury retrograde is kind of like a metaphor of everything that we've been through in the past, through this year. And when I say past, I mean this year, 2024. See him? He looks comfortable, but being uncomfortable. You see him? He's enlightened. Okay, being comfortable with uncomfortable is not glorifying being, you know, fucking miserable. I'm gonna say it like that. It's not glorifying being miserable. It's learning how to react the right way, when to speak, when not to speak, learning when to kind of flow through it, learning how to go through the path of least resistance, knowing that it's not a race. It's not about competition with anyone else, with anything else. It's about your own personal journey. This is all about inner growth right over here. And through that time of just learning that patience and learning to flow with it, you've come to a place of complete enlightenment. And that right there is the key to move forward into success. And that's kind of like what we were talking about. What did you learn about yourself? Learn about getting comfortable with the uncomfortable. There's those ups and there's those downs in life. It all depends on what we say and how we react to it. So let's talk about manifestation over here. Again, the way we think and the way we feel creates the environment around us. So the number one, the only thing we need to do is to manage the way that we think and the way we feel. Because even if we're aware of it or not, and if we like it or not, we're creating the world around us through our thoughts and the way that we feel. So if you're feeling in lack, the law of attraction out there, right, says, oh, this person is feeling of lack, so let's keep giving them lack. Let's say that this person is hung upside down and just kept saying, I am so uncomfortable, like this sucks, the pain is going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. But he's enlightened now at this point. He learned to surrender through it, and just by surrendering, you can never escape the difficult times. It's your perception of what difficult is. You got to reprogram the way you think and the way you feel about those quote-unquote difficult times to bring you into pure enlightenment. This is someone that's understood that it doesn't last forever. And there's no way of escaping it. It's the only way. You can't escape problems. That's where everybody gets it wrong. They run from it, and that's our nature. Okay, we run from our problems, we avoid it, and then we feel really ill. Like just we start pointing the finger, having that victim mind mentality because no one is helping us when we're the ones that are running away. You know, being resentful, all of those things. And it's just all this like pushing back and struggling. Like the harder that you push, the more that the law of attraction is going to push you back because it's saying, oh, okay, well, this person's pushing, so give them the same amount of push back to the point where you're just pushing and pushing. I mean, do that on your own. When you push and when you fight and try to claw your way out, it's going to claw you to shreds the way that you're clawing it, and it's going to push the way that you're pushing it. So when you breathe in and breathe out, and understand that the universe is in here, not out there. You are not going to find our answers out there. It is in here. And when we start thinking and feeling in alignment within ourselves, then we become to the path of enlightenment, and we understand, I'm surrendering to this, and I'm opening up my eyes on what I'm supposed to learn from this, because you learn so much in these times, in those difficult times, those low times, those, you know, turmoil sort of times. You know, when everything's all gravy and working out, it's not, that's usually not the point where you're just like, I need to get aligned into this euphoria. You know what I'm saying? It's those down times, it's those challenging times that really is our character developing experience. spiritual developing experience, emotional developing experience. It all comes down to this. Especially as a Virgo, you are motivated, you are driven, you're a firecracker, you're detailed oriented. There's not one lazy soul within you. You're always pushing, you're always going. This is a call to you to say, stand back a little bit and observe everything. Like, observe what is going on, and observe what you've been through, and observe what you've learned from it, and just kind of take inventory of where you're at and everything. You know, just stop time for a little bit and invest into yourself, because dear analytical Virgo, I mean, it even says it right here, I analyze. That's what, I'm a Virgo. Like, we're very analytical, right? Dear analytical Virgo, the purpose to life, it's very simple. The key to life is the thing that you have the most difficult time understanding and living. It is the simplest thing to do, yet the most difficult thing for anyone to do. Not even just Virgos or Earth signs, okay? It's very simple. Have fun, be adventurous, unconditional love. That's all. Literally, that's all. And it's so simple, but it is literally the hardest thing to do. So as a Virgo, you get in that rut of digging your nails into control, and it's beautiful, but there's this certain balance that you have to have there. Because if you're trying to control everything, you're not allowing the miracles to come in. You see how that works? And if you're here, you're probably a manifesting maniac. You probably manifest and work as hard as you manifest, right? So manifestation, I mean, do you know what you're fucking with? Manifestation is becoming God. Manifestation is magic. It's not that magic, it's science really. But it's, your words are spells. The way you think is the spell. The way you feel is the spell. Because how manifestation works is it reads the way you think and the way that you feel, and then it creates into the tangible. But when you're messing with manifestation, it's literally you're basically creating spells. But in order to do that, and magic, right? Let's use the word magic. You have to be godlike, literally. You literally have to become God. And what is God? Unconditional love. Unconditional love. It's a fierce, ultimate intelligent energy of love. Unconditional love. There's no love that you can't even... So you have to love yourself the way that God, the universe, the infinite intelligence loves you. And then you have to have that love for life by always putting yourself in check to have fun and be adventurous. Because that is what that energy of the divine is, of infinite intelligence is. There's not one miserable cell in the energy of it. So if you're acting and if you're working with this God, this infinite intelligence, right? You must be it. You must live it. You must do the work by not trying to overcompensate in this tangible world. The tangible world it's a reflection of us. It's not it. It's a creation of us. So if we think like God and if we feel like that divine intelligence and we have it in here, you become untouchable. That is the key. So relax, have fun, all right? Observe everything. Get comfortable with the uncomfortable. Kind of like flow with it. Because I see right over here with the Three of Pentacles, there's a big motivated partnership that's on its way or happening now. And this doesn't even have to necessarily mean like a partnership with someone. This has to do with building yourself. What are the different personalities within you? It could be your partnership with the higher divine. It could be your part, especially since we're talking about manifestation, being goal-oriented, and the tangible success that'll come once you found that alignment within. That's godlike. Look at his, he's enlightened. That's godlike. Then you develop a strong relationship and you build that palace. Okay, because 3 is a divine number. It is all about growth, expansion. It's about God. It's about the universe. It's about becoming one with it. We are not separate. We are one with it. So when you learn how to work together with this infinite intelligence, you have to first observe and understand what you're working with when it comes to manifestation. Then wow, that's when the tangible, that card you're trying to manifest, that you know, the house that you're, you know, trying to manifest, even a lover, whatever it is, that's when that starts coming. But here's the thing, is that when that actually comes, the value is what you've learned about yourself, because you don't even need that tangible to feel happy, adventurous, having fun, and unconditional love. And when you're at that point, I always call it dangerous. Nothing can touch you. Nothing can touch. How can you want more? How can you even want more? So I see here so far, so I'm going to put this together. So what we've learned, dear Virgo, is throughout the past year, and especially Mercury retrograde, is how to align yourself, how to be okay with not being okay, how to be, because it is okay to not be okay, first off, okay? That's a whole another different story. That's another video. But to know how to be comfortable with the uncomfortable, knowing when to surrender and just kind of flow through it instead of being so controlling as us analytical Virgos are known to be. Is not much fun in that. This is what we are encouraged to learn. This is what we're learning throughout the year, and especially throughout Mercury retrograde, because it's leading to go and finish the year with partnerships from what we've learned before. And this could be a person over here. This could be a school. This could be a teacher. This could be a boss. This could be a work partner. This could be even your romantic partner, your husband, your wife, it could be any of those. But what I'm seeing it right now, especially since we have the Hangman, and that this is what we learned is inner alignment, is how to efficiently work with the intelligent. You know, the divine, the universe, with God. Understanding, like observing it, like really truly, like it's mind-blowing, like observing it and saying, wow, you're not far from me. I literally, you are, I have to be it, walk the walk, love myself the way that, you know, the universe is love, right? Because we all know that God is love, right? So when we do that, because when we manifest, it's quantum physics. It's quantum. We're working with that intelligence energy, that law of attraction. There's a law there, right? We're working with that infinite intelligence up there. So we have to become it. We have to match ourselves to that frequency. And I see that is the key for tangible success that's coming for the rest of the year. So dear Virgo, oh, look at this. You know how we started with the number 9? Then this is 18. I know it's backwards, but that comes down to 9 as well. So there's a lot of 9 energy. There's the hardest of the hardest work is already done. All right, Virgo, how are we going to end the year up if we follow our heart and pay attention? Yeah, it's going to be some hard work. It's going to be hard work. And what would a Virgo's life be without hard work and challenges, right? But here's the thing, is once you learn how to be comfortable with the uncomfortable and that the universe is within you, and you've learned that enlightenment, and learn how to build that closest relationship with the ultimate divine, to build, you know, basically manifestations, to build what that tangible is, you could, like, the challenges are going to be other people. But what you've learned about yourself is to stay above it all and know when to leave a situation, leave environments, leave people with love, okay? Because it has to be, you don't have to ever tell them that, okay? Because the universe doesn't listen to your words. They listen to the way your energy is. It's almost like you got to feel sorry for them. And that's when you're able to move forward and preserve yourself. Because I see that other people could be the challenge here. And you have to rise above it. And not in a hateful way, not in a spiteful way, in a way that, and I'm saying selfish with full pride. Selfishly preserving all that work you did within, to be able to say, I'm above it, and there's a line, and there's a line that's drawn, and you can't go past this line right over here. and I'm taking away from the situation or from these people with love. So, I mean, especially since this is the end of the year, we did start with the number 9, and what's next with that is completion, which is the 10, which means the ending, okay? So there may be some steps that you have to make that are pivotal about taking yourself away certain environments, maybe a toxic job, around certain people. You can make up your own decision about that. Because right now, if that resonates with you about having endings coming up by cutting out people and environments from your life, you're already feeling it right now. And it's almost like fear is keeping you stuck in the position that you're at, because Virgos aren't very good with change, I guess you could say. They like their schedules. They like it's best to feel comfortable, and comfortable is safe, right? So you've got to go out there and take that leap of faith. I'm going to elaborate a little bit more into the endings, okay? Because, like, let's say a job, right? And you're probably listening to, oh, okay, well, this bitch here, you know, is just saying, if you don't like your job, just quit. There's a way on how to do it. Everywhere that we're at, every single place that we're at, even if it's toxic and narcissistic and all that, we are always learning about ourselves. We're learning about what to say and what not to say. That's your throat energy center over there. Knowing when to elegantly speak your truth and when not to. As an example, when not to. Let's say there's this baby and it's just learning how to walk and a baby falls, and, you know, you say, hey, stupid baby. Like, you know, that's not using your throat chakra. Then you can't be saying that shit like to a baby, right? They're just learning. So you learn a lot about yourself on how you handle these toxic narcissists. But the first thing you do is you point that finger at you, because you have to take full accountability and responsibility in the position that you're putting yourself in, and the environments that you're putting yourself in, and around the people that you're putting yourself around. Okay? You come first. You have to imagine your life, you as the director. You are a director directing your life, literally, because you have all the controls literally in your hands, okay? Everyone around you, they're like cast members. There's different scenes, you know, there's different, you know, there's like a bunch of really cool, you know, imagine it like a movie, right? So, like, let's say you're at your job and, you know, you're the director. And you gotta be like, you gotta know when to react the right way to your boss. Maybe if your boss is like talking down to you, are you really getting paid that much? Like, I mean, I'm saying like consistently talking down to you. Are you really getting paid that much? You're putting yourself in a prison by literally being verbally abused. That is verbal abuse. Like, you have to see it for what it is. No one should be talking down to you, and especially your boss, ever. That condescending sort of, like, you know, I don't want to say names, but it's very condescending and cold and insulting. Like, they're constantly insulting you. I see this, like, wait, I can't believe that people allow themselves to be talked to by someone for getting paid a certain amount an hour. Take yourself away from that and simply observe it. Say, oh my God, I'm letting this person pay me this much an hour to verbally abuse me. This isn't right. I am in control. Because if it was right, you would be happy in your work environment, adventurous, all right, and have unconditional love for yourself. How much do you love yourself when you're just constantly being verbally abused and telling you what a loser you are or a piece of shit you are? I know that might be a little bit more extreme, but it's along the same lines. You know, the bosses that don't do that, they make sure that you feel low. And I'm not saying all bosses are like that. I mean, I'm a CEO of my own. I've ran, you know, there's plenty of bosses that are great, but there's a huge chunk of people that put themselves around toxic, abusive environments just because they don't realize that they have control over their life. So I need you to view yourself as the director of your life, and then everyone around you is cast members, and learn about yourself just simply by, let's say your job, it really is that toxic to the point where you can't even stand it. You dread going to work. You dread seeing your boss, or even just like other employees there. You know, it's one thing to be annoyed by someone else because you can't be running away from people. You know, the world is diverse because of different personalities, right? But is it abusive to you? Is it toxic for your environment? That's what you need to hold yourself accountable to be able to judge. All right? You are in full control. So if you realize that it is indeed a toxic environment, that you can fire these cast members, and then the more that they leave, there's going to be other ones coming in. There's going to be the best ones. You can destroy a set and say, I don't like this set anymore. Not be at that environment that's toxic, that they pay you a certain amount each, hour for, being there, right? And when you take yourself, then all of a sudden, because you're investing that freedom, that joy, that adventure, that fun into you. Because the way that you think and feel creates the environment around you. So if your environments that make you feel of lack, it's going to constantly be coming to you. So that's what I'm saying about being self-accountable and responsible, okay? People around you may not like that. All right? Because they see that you are free. What did I say earlier? You will become untouchable when you get to that point. Nothing else matters. The car you're trying to manifest, everything you're trying to manifest. But you're holding your ground and the world still goes round. That's how I explain it. You're holding your ground and the world goes round because you're holding your ground. All right? You're a fighter. And he's wearing green right over here. This is your heart center right over here, okay? This is your soul. This is where God is at, all right? This is where the universe is at. And you keep on going because you know what? These guys right over here, at that point, after you realize everything that I just taught you right now, what this reading said, you'll be able to be like, yo, all these guys they're like prodding you with sticks, right? Like, you're gonna look at them and be like, you guys are so sad. I feel so bad. I wish you knew what I knew, but you don't, and it's okay. And I say goodbye in peace because you guys are really sad in your heart. But I'm fine, and I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna thrive, and I'm gonna succeed. Wow, this is a great reading, my analytical Virgos. Happy birthday! All right, thanks again for tuning in. Please like and subscribe my channel. I'm just starting to build it up. And if you resonate with anything, please give me a comment. I would love to hear it. All right. You all are atomic. Boo!